Hello and welcome to the all around all around natural. Hold up a second. Fix this. Where my thing at? Here. Technical difficulties already. Hello, y'all. Welcome to All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages and all genders overcome the fear of facing the abuse to become survivors. And over here, we we know that the facing the abuse to become survivors is where the victory is at. And so far over here, we've been using the umbrella of Justice for Shanquella Robinson to have a platform to stand firm on so we can all unite together. And I'm sorry, soon as I got on camera, y'all, I had another technical difficulty. I'm coming back in just one moment. So what I'm going to do for y'all who's coming in, I'm going to share and we're going to do a little introduction since we had a few folks that's been MIA. So one of the things I want to share with y'all is kind of an intro. It's going to be a few little moments while I go handle this here. We're going to watch this from the All Around Natural Beauty channel. And I don't see, here we go. We're going to do this here. And I just love y'all so much. Now I get here first. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel. All right, so we're going to share the screen here. There we go. All right, so this here is going to be a few little shorts y'all enjoy.
Why should we
for
be
the
allowed
viewer
to be
pleasures,
bullied
and
like
I
this?
shall return in one moment. Oh my goodness!
He should not be allowed. This is dangerous. He could hurt anybody in there. Look how big he is. And he's mad and raging. Why? Because he's full of testosterone. He's an XY. There's certain things that XY chromosomes do. Now, if he's allowed to walk around with this delusional, this is dangerous, y'all. Dangerous.
I'll get you that number right now. Hold on, let me stop this real quick. And let me see. Okay, here we go. Howdy, people. And welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages and all genders overcome the fear of facing the abuse to become survivors. We know that our history here is that we put pressure on victims, we make them feel guilty, and most victims don't speak up. So over here, we don't do moments of silence, but we do moments of speaking where we speak out the names of the victims and the abusers. And over here, like I said, we do stand under the umbrella for Justice for Shanquella Robinson, which we started doing back. I still got a smudge here. We started this journey back November the 24th. And we've been going strong ever since. I wasn't expecting that it was going to be, 6 months later and we still no justice. However, we're still coming here. We're going to be uplifted. I just wanted to come tonight, y'all, because I got a little surprise to show you. Because, we got the march coming up May 19th. We're going to be marching in Washington. I don't know if we're marching or not. There's something happening. Shanquella Mama said, Salamandra said, going to Washington May 19th. And I already got my ticket. And I'm going. I got the time off for work. And I'm going to to the march. I want to show y'all what I'm gonna be wearing for the march. This just came in the mail today. You now see, I got me a fanny pack. Like I said, for those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old and a proud Gen Xer, and I love me a good fanny pack. I'm just excited. All right. So, and two, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the shirt because I want to represent and let them all know that I'm not ashamed, that I'm not ashamed to say that I'm standing here for justice for Shanquella Robinson. I'm standing for justice for Shanquella. Hey, Rob, what's going on? What is going on? Yes, I was having some technical difficulties, and then this computer is trying to restart. No, restart another time. I've just started my live. But anyway, thank y'all so much for coming by. I'm excited about what's going on. Like I said, I was clipping up some of these videos from the past, and today's clipping was Shanquella's birthday. You know, when I do these clippings, it's mostly random. I just go through and chop off something. I feel like it's important to keep the facts out there, and that way we don't get distracted because we see how, if we look back at these older videos, the FBI was like stringing us along back then too. So this whole new, oh, it's not enough evidence. It's not, it's shocking and it hurts because when I'm looking back at these older videos, FBI, everybody was like kind of stroking us along. They were stroking us along. Anyway, I'm just excited about the truth. I'm excited about the truth, that the truth stands and it's growing. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. And they're going to eventually run out of lies. They're going to run out of lies. So I'm just excited that that we got it there. We got it there. And now we have to do more stuff. Like, we thought, at least I know I thought when I first said something about this back November 23rd, I wasn't, I didn't think that here it is, May the 2nd, that I would still be, talking about this or having this passion for victims, and throughout this, talking about Shanquella, I learned a lot about femicide. I learned a lot about, domestic, DV. Some of these, things we're not allowed to say. I don't even know if it's a true thing or not, unalive and all this stuff. But anyway, I've been learning a lot. And it's been really breaking my heart because, as we get older, sometimes we just kind of be in our own space. And if things don't affect us, we don't feel like there's nothing for us to do about it. However, that's exactly what these abusers want. And that's why I say we don't do moments of silence. We got to speak because they want us to be quiet, right? They want us to be quiet. That's how these people are able to molest family members and neighborhood kids for decades without, nothing happening. And everybody in the town knows about it. Everybody in the family knows about it, but nobody says anything because it's the family's dirty little secret. So there we go again, forcing victims to be silent. And that's why I say no more moments of silence. No more moments of silence. But I'm just excited because, it's all with all this happening and stuff, it just forced us to be able to really double down and, dig deep, right? So I had to do some digging to see why they were throwing in these lies and when did the lies come in there and how they really worked hard to, keep them out there and stuff like that. Oh, hey, Niall. Niall says, greetings, Sister. Oh, yeah, I might want to. First, this here was first. Anyway, I'll tell her to pick. Niall Oracle says, greetings, Sisters Queen. You are right about that. Not only are they're going to run out of lies, they run out now. They're repeating lies. I'll say it again. Truth press the earth will rise again. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all of y'all's comments, for the people that come over and comment, and even the little trolls that try to come over and then comment. Thank y'all so much too, you little trolls, because you're giving what you call that, engagement to the channel here. And that's what it's all about. From the beginning, when I made the dedication to this channel, you know, to stand up for justice for Shanquella Robinson, you know, that's what we've been doing. And we say that, you know, for all victims, but it works good when there is, you know, one burning something that we can all put our energies together. You know, we got the petition that is approaching the 50,000. You know, we're just making these marks, and I'm going out to Washington D.C. with a proud, feeling proud about, seeking justice for Shanquella Robinson. You know, some of these trolls were trying to, I ain't even talking about it. Who cares? But I'm just excited because, you know, there's more people, there's more lovers than haters. So for all you haters, you can go suck an egg. Go suck an egg. So I'm just excited about that. What's up there? We got somebody else come up in there. Let's have a T-Mac says hello. There it goes over there. Hello, T-Mac. And I'm sorry, Raw, you was here first. Hello, RN. Raw came up here first, but I was fumbling around here with the clicky click and messed up. So what did I say I was talking about today? Oh yeah, the death certificate. Because I'm just excited because I was watching the replay that I did, and I was, we was just learning about the death certificate. But after the research that I just did, what was that, 2 days ago, and really found out about it, the death certificate versus the autopsy, I know why they're feeding us the lies like that, because it's the autopsy that's just, doesn't make a difference. The death certificate, just like we saw, I read to y'all, official document. All right, so we're gonna dig deeper in all this stuff here. What Anaya said. Anaya says, I love you, sister, and many others stand with you. We're going to get us some justice for our princess. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm excited. I'm hopeful too. When I go out there, like I said, I'm going to be going live, bringing y'all with me for everybody who's not able to go. We're going to be showing the support. And I'm hoping that, I'll be able to, reach out and hug the neck or just something, to the people, to the mother, or, just to them out there and stuff. I'll be out there with my t-shirt on. I showed y'all my little fanny pack. I'm going to have to just take it out so y'all can see. Look at there. All right, yeah, for the store. I got a store. And then too, I've got a real professional working on it. This was just my little contribution or whatever like that. But it's the flag and the Shanquella Robinson. I think it's super important. Like I said, if y'all haven't voted or registered to vote, please make sure that you are a registered voter for you Americans. If you are here, because this, just like Sue Ann Robinson said, this is going to take some high-level diplomatic intervention, and having a voice, a voting voice, makes a difference, right? They're not really going to listen to you if you're just talking loud and saying nothing, So you gotta be talking loud and saying something, and you say something by lifting your voice by voting. So yeah, I was kind of late with putting this video, this whole live together. So I was gonna say it should be in the description box, the links for where to vote at. But however, it is on the community tab, and hopefully before this video or this live is up, I will have been able to drop it off here into this here link also. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old, a proud Gen Xer, a proud mother of 3 adult children, 2 XY chromosomes, and 1 XX. And I have over 30 years of nursing experience. And I'm just excited about, being a Gen Xer and everything that's going on, right? So we've been over here blessing our chat with the acts of faith. We've been coming together, growing the chat with peace, love, seeking justice for Shanquella Robinson. Along the way, we started off with the original video, right? And that's what we're going back to. Because like I said, over here, we just about math and science. No, guys, I like my fanny pack. Fanny pack. I wear fanny packs, y'all. I did like stop the fanny pack for about, I probably didn't, they shamed me out of it. They shamed me out of it for about maybe 7 or 8 years. The kids, did it first. Mom, you don't do the fanny pack no more. So for those of you, I love the fanny pack. It's good for the back, and you got everything you need right on there. So anyway, I've got others. So I'm a fanny packer. But anyway, I love y'all so much. Let's go ahead and read our little acts of faith here. And hey, Linda, what's going on, Linda? I see you down there. May, wow. So we are in the second quarter of this here 2023. I was listening to the video too, for Shanquella's birthday, and how it was, it was something else, another video. Anyway, it was like December the 2nd or something. Just to, like that felt like it was just yesterday, but here we are, the 5th month of 2023, and they told us that there's not enough evidence. And that's why I go back to those old videos so we can show them, because you guys still haven't come up with a lie to dispute the truth of the broken neck, which is on the death certificate. And once we'll get off into that, let me just go ahead and do this here real quick so we can move it on. May the 2nd. This here is book by Iyanla Vanzant. It's a daily meditations for people of color. However, we have discovered that it's for all people. Very helpful. It's copywritten back in 1983. 1993, I always say that. It's 1993. And Iyanla Vanzant, some of y'all may know her from Iyanla Fix My Life. She, back in the 90s, a Yoruba priestess, a cultural custodian, and a spiritual life counselor. And she wrote a lot of books to help. And, she's really good writing these books. This one here says, Lent equals let's eliminate negative thinking. And that is a quote from Earl Nightingale. All right. And it says Lent, L-E-N-T, and it's acronym for let's eliminate negative thinking. And I agree with that. 100% negative thinking. So that's where we're at, positive thinking here. And then Iyanla says, when you think negatively, you attract negativity. That is the awesome power of the mind. When you confront the world with negative thoughts, you will have experience to confirm what you are thinking. Through thought to experience. That is the process. It is not the other way around. What you believe people and the world are doing to you is actually a reflection of what your thoughts are drawing to you. If you want to free yourself from the harshness of the world, clear harsh thoughts from your mind. Clear anger with forgiveness. Confusion with orderly thinking. Clear restrictions with an open mind. Violence with peaceful thoughts. Clear denial with acceptance. hate with thoughts of love. When you are clear what you do not want from the recesses of your mind, it will miraculously disappear from your life. Yes. I will think negativity out of my way. I will think negativity out of my way. Yes. And I think that's exactly what we need to do, because after, them drawing this out all this long time, for them to just say, oh, it's not enough evidence, right? So this is when we were supposed to just give up. But because we are here in 2023, right? And then I'm a proud Gen Xer, so I was here before the internet, so I already know about, uh, the importance of reading, writing, and arithmetics, right? And sticking with the facts, math, and science. So that's why we go back to those OG videos and we be like, look here, right? Here we go, right here. Linda Best, welcome, says hi, RN and everyone. All right, so we did that with our acts of faith. And so I want to quickly start us off with hey, now I'm gonna start off with that. I said I'm gonna start us off with just a kind of a quickie video as we continue to prepare for our march. All right, I'm just excited because getting ready for this here march, what we doing here is I'm super excited. Does anybody know where where in Washington this march is at? Where you at, Natasha? That is the morning. You see, Natasha says, good morning, Natural Beauty. Good morning. Thank you, Natasha, for all of your hard work. All right, so I don't even really, what did I say I was coming on here for? No one to care about these trolls. Yes, Gen X in the house. How y'all doing? We haven't, we used to have our little closeness and talk and all that good stuff. What is this? All right, this here is a 30-second something. No, I know what I want to do. I want to go back to, I need to show y'all the difference again, one more time, between the death certificate and versus the autopsy, just so we can relax and know that we don't have to do all this running around and stuff like that if we stand on the truth, because the truth of the fact is that the difference between this here death certificate, let me share the screen while I read this again, y'all. See, they hoping that we not gonna really read and look off into this, right? So, death certificate. A death certificate and an autopsy are two different things. A death certificate is an official document issued by a medical practitioner or a coroner that records the details of a person's death, including the date, time, location, and cause of death. It is usually required for legal and administrative purposes, such as settling the estate of the deceased, obtaining life insurance benefits, or for statistical data. All right. Keywords to remember here are official document, official issued, right? Certificate, official, right? Right? All right. And cause of death. And remember, back in the day when I used to tell y'all, don't be concerned about, where the information came from. If it was autopsy or death certificate, we was worried about the cause of death, because the cause of death is the cause of death, right? So we see here that the death certificate It's an official document issued with the cause of death. Okay. Now, on the other hand, an autopsy is a medical examination. All right. Official document, right? Medical examination performed by a pathologist to determine the cause of death. An autopsy can provide a detailed analysis of the deceased person's organs, tissue, and bodily fluids to determine the cause of death. It can also identify any underlying medical conditions that may contribute to the person's death. So, while a death certificate records the cause of death, an autopsy is a medical procedure that investigates the cause of death. In some cases, an autopsy may be required. In some cases, an autopsy may be required. The death certificate is legal, right? Autopsy, everybody not going to get there. Everybody going to get this here legal death certificate that lists the cause of death, right? So they trying to confuse us with these baloney autopsies that aren't official documents anyway. So what do we care that the FBI's fake autopsy says something different from Mexico's fake autopsy? We got the official document issued by the medical practitioner, right? The coroners, right? So here it says that an autopsy may be required. So an autopsy is not always required. That's why I was saying that it's highly unlikely that Mexico did an autopsy on October 30th, hours after Shanquella passed, right? And it's highly unlikely that the North Carolina FBI office did an autopsy a day after they said they'd look off into it, right? Right? I'll play y'all a little video so we got the proof on what was said there. I just wanted to give our foundation here of the difference between the death certificate and the autopsy. And that's why, like in the beginning, when it was doing all the little switcheroo stuff, and then for Mexico to come super late with their version of the autopsy, and then the FBI to even more late, right, with their version of the autopsy, right? And for them to say something totally different. So since we know that the legal report is the death certificate, we can rest assured that the original death certificate that they were reporting on back in November, that listed the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation with a time of death 15 minutes after the injury received, we good with that. So there's your proof right there. So if they talking about that's not enough proof, they is lying through their teeth. Mm-hmm. All right, let me find our first little video. These little short ones too. I just like catching them in these little lies. Oh, or I could even just play one of my videos that you see. Oh, we got some people up here. Gen Xer. All right, and Linda says, I don't what? Oh, I missed something up here. Here we go. Linda had said earlier, take a deep breath and we keep moving. That's what we do. That's what we're doing right now. And we moving stronger because a lot of times, when these bullies be trying to attack you and stuff, they don't realize once you put trap person in the corner, gonna come out fighting, right? They should have just gave us the Cabo 6, right? We already saw the stuff all on the video and stuff. They should have paraded them. They should have perk walked them like everybody was asking for. And we would have left it alone. Now, y'all making us get political. Now I got to go to Washington. Right? Let's see here. That's right, Linda. Take a deep breath and keep it moving. That's what we're doing. So we joining our voices together. What's up? Sean said, hi, Natural Beauty. It's been a while since catching you live. Enjoying the connection, Gen Xer. Yes, thank you so much. I'm enjoying it too. So, I'm enjoying it too. I'm here with y'all. Natasha says good morning. That must have came in late. So I scooped around there. What's up? Tamika's in the house too. And says, hello. All right, let's see here. Now says, we must have standards, must have values, must create boundaries. Yes, all while standing in the place of righteousness and speak truth. Do the shadow work, the mirror work, know thyself. True. Even the Bible says, know thyself, right? Because it makes a difference, right? You gotta know yourself. Niall says Linda's best. And chat family, peace, love, and blessings. All right, thank y'all so much for greeting one another and coming in a place of love and happiness. Love and happiness. All right. Love and happiness. All right, so we got the little not birth certificate. Sorry, y'all. The death certificate, and I'm tired. I've been doing a lot, y'all. I got a business. I'm working full time. I'm, spending time. I got a few streams of incomes. Streams for these businesses, and I'm, keeping up with this. I was just thinking I was going to come in and say my little thing, and this was, supposed to be handled, right? This doesn't make sense that we have all this visual evidence and no arrest, no nothing, right? And then for them to say, ain't nothing to see here. Is this the thing here? All right. All right, so I don't know. I just want to react to one of my old videos. We'll do that because then it'll have videos and stuff. To me, like I said, I wasn't really planning to come on. I don't know if I had told y'all I was coming or not. So I just kind of came, and here we go. So this way we can answer the questions and stuff. Oh, that's what I can do. I can just respond to those. Some people had questions or comments, but mostly it's just been support, which I really do appreciate the support. And I know, a lot of people are heartbroken and heart pressed on this whole thing here. So unless somebody has sent me something in an email like that, but I wanted to. What's up, Diane? Diane says, hello, Arian and beautifuls. Keep it hot. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yep. I was listening to, I had the one video clip that I did let go of earlier today. And this was back in December before I really knew, I was calling Giselle Gissel. Gissel. And it was a minute before somebody had corrected me on that. But anyway, I was just laughing at how green I was at the time and how far we've come and how much growth we've done. Let's see here. Now it says, thank you, nurse. Science and mathematics. They can't touch that and they know it. Yes, that's why I'm saying we got to stay focused on it because they really do try to distract you with all this new stuff. Like I see people, talking about did the CPR, no, we saw the injury. We read the death certificate, which listed the cause of injuries. And we actually saw those two injuries being inflicted on Shanquella. So we know that 15 minutes after Dejanay wrung her neck, that Shanquella was gone. So, we don't need any more anything else. We don't need to speculate on nothing. It's simple, right? The truth is always simple. It's the lies that need all the little elaboration and all that good stuff. So, let's see here. All right, we got some questions here. Sean says, Dr. Owens, MD, reported after video of incident, Shanquella went back to her room. Well, the incident happened in her room. Ding dong. Wow. Justice for Shanquella Robinson now, TS says, exclaims. Okay, so yeah, let's go back. Let's go back and see what we was talking about back then. Let's do that. Nancy Grace, because I look at the like these videos and stuff like that, and I know like some of the stuff they straight up like would put a ban on because they don't want the truth to get out. The truth, they don't want that out. So they do things to try to discourage. And I just remembered like how they were trying to hurt us with giving these lies and stuff, right? And then us not knowing that that these lies was being put out there. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to show too. This here, these which one's the one I'm working on? Okay, here we go. Yes, this is it. This is what I want to show y'all. This is a quick one here. Oh, wait, this is really quick here, but this video. Let me share the screen real quick. When November, I think November the 28th or something like that, when the Mexican reporter Geraldo Zúñiga came out with, Dejanay was captured and all these different stories and stuff, and everybody was swooning over there, or taking that and moving with it. I even read it on this channel, and then the real news had came out with this. But look, it only got like 134,000 views December the 1st, right? Now listen to this, and then I'm on. We can click on. We see some of the views that the YouTubers and content creators was getting running with the story, and then here go the truth, and look at how little, how few views it got. Because, like I said, the truth, they want to keep that hidden.
Robinson's family continues to search for answers in the death of their daughter. Some are claiming a suspect has been arrested in the case. The 25-year-old Charlotte woman mysteriously died while on vacation with a group of friends in Mexico. They've issued an arrest warrant for one of the people on the trip, but some articles are saying that person has been arrested. Wake Up Charlotte's Megan Bragg verifying these claims.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is the article that has been circulating on social media.
All right, that looks familiar, don't it, y'all? This is like I got like 2-3 thumbnails with this image in the background, where and 2-3 different live streams where I read these documents word from word. And you can see here, this says, I can't really tell, but November something. Anyway, but yeah, this here was there. All right. And think about it. This came out December the 1st, right? And look, only 134,000 views, right? But I'm telling you, there were hundreds of thousands of views per different content creators were getting all these views, with this here. Oh, excuse me.
claims that there has been an arrest in the Shanquella Robinson case, but we wanted to walk you through the article because there are some red flags here. When someone reports and shares claims that are not verified, this is how misinformation spreads.
Wow.
First, the headline suggests DeHaan Jackson was arrested in the United States.
All right. Listen to the words she's saying. Right? Claim, suggest, right? It'd be a lot of secrets and a lot of power in the words and stuff like that. This here was Geraldo's news clipping that came out November 29th. November 29th.
States. As of now, Mexican authorities have not publicly even named a suspect. They have issued arrest warrants, but haven't said who the warrants are for. Then the article goes on to say Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents. So what is Interpol? According to the U.S. Justice Department, Interpol is an international police organization which provides investigative support and secure communication between law enforcement authorities. However, the Justice Department says Interpol does not have its own law enforcement agents.
Meaning that they cannot make arrests, right? The same way I was saying that the police can't declare a cause of death when they were saying that the police reported that she died of alcohol poison, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's important that we listen to the words, right? Listen to the words.
The article also states the arrest was made on November 28th. However, it does not give a time. It doesn't reveal exactly where Jackson was supposedly arrested or where she was booked. In the United States, when someone is arrested, they are usually booked into a detention facility, and that information is generally public and available.
And too, y'all, I think that one of the reasons why this kind of went under the carpet is because probably look how many how easy it was to get everybody distracted, because like I said, I had forgotten that we were told that Dejanay was arrested, and then we went on to other things. And then a few months later, I think it was in March, when I fell back into the information and started talking about it again, as if this whole time Dejanay was detained. But again, we're going back to all this little stuff again, and it shows here that they try to suppress the truth.
Available for reporters to refer to in their stories. We also spoke with Shanquella Robinson's father. He tells us he has not been made aware of an arrest yet. The FBI also tells us this is an active and ongoing investigation. So we want to remind you to double check what you see online and on social media. Of course, if and when an arrest is made and we can confirm it, we will send you an alert through our WCNC mobile app.
Wow. All right, so I just wanted to put that one out there because like when the story came out, they came out, December the 1st to kind of like, hey, hey, y'all, YouTubers, make sure you check the facts and stuff like that, right? But I think maybe our curiosity, probably got the best of us, and our really our hearts wanting the justice to be there. Like, I really know that I wanted that to be true. I wanted it to be true, but of course, it wasn't. All right, so we got that there. Y'all coming up in here. All right, death certificates are law. I have one to account. Yep. Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. I think that both of them, Mexico and FBI here, I think these are for the defendant. They can't be prosecutors, because that one video, let me see if I can find it real quick and play it, where the lady is there's no hope, this thing is done, there's no justice. Let me see here. FBI, this must be it. All right, let me see here. It does not sound like a prosecutor. Prosecutors are, they should sound, like they're trying to give some type of hope for victims. Not, hey, look, y'all might as well just, forget it. There's not going to be any justice. There's nothing. There's no evidence. We can't confirm a broken neck, right? Does that sound like something the prosecutor would say? Anybody? My God. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find a one with the FBI person. I think this might be it. Yeah, former prosecutor. Here we go. So this is a quick little. No. Sorry, y'all. All right, here it is. From the former prosecutor. All right, so let's go ahead and share that. It's only 3 minutes, but I want y'all to, check out, listen to the words, right? And watch that body language. So former prosecutor offers expert analysis on Shanquella Robinson case, right? So we're supposed to accept this as an expert. Wow. WBTV. Huh. Look here, y'all. It's only got like 1,800 views. They may be trying to convince us, right? So if we believe, like the flea in the glass jar I was telling y'all about, right? It's called conditioning. So they could be trying to condition us here with this to accept, accept the hopelessness that.
For a reason after a surprising decision. Yesterday, we brought you breaking news in the Shanquella Robinson case. Her family's attorney confirmed U.S. prosecutors will not pursue criminal charges in connection to her death after she died while on vacation in Cabo, Mexico last October. This comes despite video showing Robinson involved in an assault. The investigation left conflicting autopsies from Mexico and U.S. officials. WBTV reached out to the Mexican government today about the U.S. declining to file charges. Mexico offered no comment.
All right, so now that Mexico see that the U.S. ain't doing it about it, so now they like, oh, no comment, right? So now they don't even have to act anymore. They were just putting on an act with all of the little phony baloney stuff that they were saying when they were the ones looking bad. Now that the U.S. is like, whatever, we really don't give a hoot. Mexico now is like, oh, okay, well, we back to the original story of no foul play, right? So they no comment. They just keeping it pushing.
This latest turn in the saga left her family disappointed. And now we're left wondering what's next. Today, our Lowell Rose spoke with a former federal prosecutor talking about what got us to this point and if it's possible for the case to go much further. Here's part of their conversation.
Yeah.
The FBI has released their statement indicating that they don't plan on filing any charges.
I know that they, go over what their statement and stuff is going to be, but okay. I'm gonna meditate on how I'm feeling on this here thing there.
Charges after investigating Shanquella's case. So we're here today. We're disappointed, but we're not deterred.
Ms. King's press release from the United States Attorney's Office, I think, spoke pretty clearly that they just don't have sufficient evidence to bring federal charges. And when you look at the medical examiner's report, which you all have put on your website.
See there? That's all right. So they're going solely by this here lie. What does the death certificate say? The official document. Even though this is supposedly coming from the FBI, this ain't official. It's not official. The death certificate, birth certificate, those are official documents. This here is something that everybody don't get. Look how they trying to push it, right? Look how she's saying it. They don't sound like nothing, no prosecutor, no hope, no nothing. Even this here, when we read through it, it sounded horrible, right? Just from reading this, I could pick out a cause of death, the swelling to the brain, you know what I mean? From the injuries that they listed on here, could still pick out a cause of death. But listen how this person, pull it back just one more little quick time, just to y'all to really listen to how this person is setting up, right, the conditioning for us to give up.
And when you look at the medical examiner's report, which you all have,
That's how you can tell when people lying. They always want to tell you what you saw, what you think, how you feel, right?
WTV's website in full. Dr. Owen's narrative sets forth clearly that he cannot attribute a cause of death. He cannot opine as to why Ms. Robinson died. If a prosecutor, whether it's in state court in a murder case or in federal court in a murder case, doesn't have an expert, does not have a forensic pathologist who can get on the stand and
see, look at all that blinking, look at his body language. Right now that she's telling the lie, listen to how she's picking up the pace. Let me move back just one more time so y'all can look at this face. Right? See, the lie is usually mixed with some part of the truth.
Why Ms. Robinson died. If a prosecutor, whether it's in state court in a murder case or in federal court in a murder case, doesn't have an expert, does not have a forensic pathologist who can get on the stand and opine as to the cause and manner of death.
They didn't need nobody to do that because the death certificate did that. The death certificate was cut and dry. Cause of death, severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation with the time of death 15 minutes after receiving that injury. We don't need no forensic pathologist, no expert witnesses to know none of that, to do, say, or do anything. The little simple death certificate, the official document, "15 minutes. That's why they're trying to distract us with these autopsies so we can be like, oh, well, she had bruising and swelling on the brain. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because 15 minutes after receiving the severe spinal cord injury and the atlas luxation, Shanquella was gone. After she hit the floor, set your timer. The rest of this is distraction. So when they telling us now that there's not enough evidence, everybody been so spent around dizzy, they didn't forgot about the death certificate. Now we distracted with, well, Mexico autopsy said something different. Well, the FBI said this. Who cares what that, they're trying to distract us. Stay focused. Focusing on the official document. Official document that lists the cause and time.
You can't prove a murder case. So based upon Dr. Owen.
You cannot prove a murder case. Does that sound like the right verbiage that a prosecutor would use? Sound like they would be more comfortable to say it'll be more difficult, it'll be a challenge, it'll be something, but to be so definite about you cannot. This is done. Everything so final does, to me sounds like they're trying to herd us into acceptance. Right? You cannot.
Owens' opinions or lack of opinions as to Miss Robinson's cause of death and how she died.
And notice, very careful to say the doctor's opinion or lack of opinion, letting you know that it's not even a true diagnosis. It's just an opinion. Right? You see how they're trying to trick you? Pull it back some. Listen. I'm just going to let it play through.
He cannot opine as to why Miss Robinson died. If a prosecutor, whether it's in state court in a murder case or in federal court in a murder case, doesn't have an expert, does not have a forensic pathologist who can get on the stand and opine as to the cause and manner of death, you can't prove a murder case. So based upon Dr. Owens' opinions or lack of opinions.
Based upon Dr. Owens' opinion or lack of opinion, see how they cleverly slipping that up in there? Because I was ready to be like scratching my head like, wow, what? But now that I did the little research to see that the death certificate and the autopsy are two different things, and that the death certificate is the only official document, right? And since Shanquella's death certificate was so detailed because her, I don't know if the M word was so, simplistic, and we actually saw it videotaped. We saw the death blow being administered. There's nothing else. This is a cut and dry case. They didn't need to waste money on an autopsy, right? Mexico didn't need to waste the money on it, right? And neither did the FBI. They could just read the death certificate was enough to show anybody that this was, this was, listed the two causes, and actually within 15 minutes, boom, if you receive this injury, that's it.
As to Miss Robinson's cause of death and how she died, there is an essential element that the government simply cannot meet to bring a murder charge. And it's unfortunate, but I see where
cannot meet all these final terms. The government cannot meet. How? All they have to do is submit the death certificate. But they got the mom so confused, she even calling it a fight because they didn't gaslit her and did all this stuff to where, she's like, we think it's because of the fight, putting casting doubt there. And that's why I say we stick to the facts, right? We go back. And for those people that don't like when I go back and show the clips of the rerun, I'm showing it because that's when we can see the rawness of the real truth. And now in hindsight, we can actually see more truth and point out more obvious ways that you can see those lies. Yes.
Where the U.S. Attorney's Office is coming from once I read that medical examiner's report. In my opinion, I think the chances for a federal prosecution are over.
Look at her face when you said it. I don't want to hear no more from y'all. This is over. How are you a prosecutor with not an ounce of compassion or empathy for the victims? Look at her face. In my opinion, she sounds like Winter. I think it's over.
I believe Ms. King's office spoke to it. Obviously, this case, as any case that involves the murder of an American citizen.
See that word, though? She said that. How you called it a murder in the same breath, right? These aren't Freudian slips. She knows it's a murder. They purposely alter words and then slip the truth in there, but then cover it up by telling a contradicting lie. How can this be undetermined, but it's a murder? And that's why we ain't letting this go.
By another American citizen in a foreign country, that is going to be escalated to the highest levels at the Department of Justice. So I think the chances for a federal prosecution, absent new evidence coming to light, I think the hopes for a federal criminal prosecution are completely extinguished.
Wow, completely extinguished. Completely? Since when prosecutors talk like that? Why is it completely? Why? Why? Completely?
Not going to be any state jurisdiction because it did happen in Mexico. So I'm sure at this point, Ms. Robinson's family and her lawyers are probably assessing whether or not a civil case could be viable against the people that they believe to be responsible for Ms. Robinson's death. And I am confident that it's very frustrating for Ms. Robinson's loved one.
I see the smirk. She said she's confident that it's frustrating. And had a little glee in her eyes. She had a little smirk on her face too.
To have video of her being assaulted, and it seems like no one's being held accountable. But the statute that allows for federal prosecution is in this type of scenario is very specific, that the government has to prove that there was a killing. And without a forensic pathologist to get on the stand and say there was an intentional homicide and this is the cause of death, the United States Attorney's Office's hands are tied. Wow. They really don't have a case to bring because they cannot prove the elements of a murder in federal court.
Some helpful context to all of this.
I gotta put it back real quick. She was about to burst into laughter. All right.
The United States Attorney's Office's hands are tied. They really don't have a case to bring because they cannot prove the elements of a murder in federal court.
Look at there.
Some help.
Bigger smile. Did y'all see it? I captured it on that one. I was right on time. Yes. She was smirking. She's smirking her behind off on that one. What's up, Ty Lieber? Ty Lieber said, OMG. She said, what? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I didn't jump way on down to the bottom. Hey, what's going on, Ty? I'm happy to see you here. Happy. Wow. See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. They're trying to play with us. They playing with us, right? They're playing with our emotions and treating us like we dummies. Let's see here. Let's see, Diane said, death certificates are law. I have one. Okay, I read that one. Let's see. Sean says, Dr. Owens, MD, reported after video of incident. Shanquella went back. Oh, that's right. I read that too. I got off. TS said the video of Cabo 6 being present during the attack, assault, and murder of Shanquella Robinson is the truth. Thank you. Those people need to be in prison. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. So this whole talk about, they need a forensic for what? All that's not needed because an autopsy is only requested if the death is questionable. But we accept the and her parents accepted the broken neck because that's what they were saying back in November when this thing first came out. And we know that The death certificate is the only one that's official documentation, right? Just like a birth certificate. And yes. And Sean said, I ought to have said Dr. Ding Dong. Yeah, I know. And they must think we ding dongs for, that we really gonna believe this here bologna sandwich. Niall says, and we are supposed to come out fighting, not planning to even sit in the corner till the bell rings. We coming out before the bell. Science and mathematics. Yes. Yep. We good. We good. We are good. So let's see here. This was 2 weeks ago. This here when they told us this stuff. April 15th. April 15th. Did y'all see the smile on her face though? She she had one of them crazy narc smiles on her face, right? When they the narcissist knowing that they are doing something that's extremely painful to you, and they're getting fuel off of your, you being hurt. TS says, why hasn't the fugitive from Mexico, Dejanay Nicole Jackson, been arrested? Well, according to the FBI, they're not trying to press any charges or file any charges, none of that stuff. And so Mexico's saying, hey, no comment. So basically, they gotten away. They have gotten away, and that's why we are going to Washington, D.C. May 19th to support Shanquella's family. And, we getting political. We encouraging folks to register to vote, encouraging, on voting and stuff like that. I've been introducing you guys to some stuff there that we're gonna, we're getting political. We're getting political because, I was made aware that 45% of women, American women here, aren't exercising their right to vote. So that is a lot of power that's left on the table. Ladies, register to vote, right? Yeah, so, people, vote. You see here. Love and happiness. Thank you, Niall. Hey, what's up, Lena? Lena says, we are pronouncing DJ name wrong. Dejanay is not the right way to say it. What's up, Lena? So, who cares? Most people are pronouncing the name, Dejanay's name incorrectly on purpose as a show of disrespect. But I thought the name was Dejanay, and that's how, that's why I've seen it. I'm thinking that I'm pronouncing it correctly, so I'm not doing it. If I am pronouncing it incorrectly, it's not to show a form of disrespect. But most people, when they say this name, and they say it wrong, they're being sarcastic and they're doing it on purpose as a show of disrespect, which I do approve of that. It's just that I don't, because I don't want to get distracted with not remembering what the real name is. But anyway, and then, yeah, so, I don't care. I don't care that folks, whatever people are saying about that name, on the name. Naya says, Sean, that gave me something to think about. Okay. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Think. Hey. TS says, we stand on it until Shanquella Robinson family gets justice. Yes, we are. What's up, Chinny Ray? I was laughing because, hey, Chinny Ray, the clip that I had put out earlier today, it was from December the 2nd, and you was in there. That's before you had gave me the pronunciation of your name, and I was butchering it. Butchering it. Chinny. I was all over the place with it, and so I'm glad you weren't there this morning on that one. It would have been fun though. All in love. Thank you so much, Chinny Ray. Love you, miss you. Where you been at? And Team Ray is saying hey to the folks in the chat. Says she has an agenda. Yeah. And you can tell those agendas because they get, it's like a summary for a book or play or skit or a video or something. They set the stage, they set the scene, and then it's action. They hop right off into it. Not natural at all, right? That's how you can tell when they be writing them lies. Niall says, the spirit of our people is tenacious like a hungry dog on a bone. We ain't planning to give up. So y'all hear that, FBI? We already know that y'all got enough evidence with the death certificate. So I believe these people that's doing all this talking is working for the defense and not the prosecutor, because that is not how a prosecutor, even though I don't, like I said, my experience is in nursing, so I don't know anything about the law. However, I know that the prosecutor is supposed to be on the side of the victim to get justice for the victims. So telling the victim that there's no hope or no help, that it's a dead end, doesn't sound like something the prosecutor would say. So I don't believe them. I think they're trying to hurt us. Yes. All right. So you got some folks in here that know you, Chinny Ray. Chinny Ray. Let's see. TS says, we not falling for the banana in the tailpipe, okay? Thank you, TS. I love that line. TS said, I second that. That's right. Yeah, we ain't popping no banana in the tailpipe. What we look like? All right, so we got some more love up in here. TS says, did she say narrative like Little Red Riding? She's lying like Cabo 6. Yeah. Like those, looks like she's she did kind of have like a little special look to it. Let's put it back one more time. All right, this is it here.
Very frustrating for Miss Robinson's loved ones to have video of her being assaulted.
I'm just laughing. I mean, not laughing, but I'm just like, taken aback by her face talking so much, with the laughing, the smirking, like, she's feeling like that they're telling us these lies and we're going to believe it.
And it seems like no one's being held accountable.
Yeah.
But the statute that allows for federal prosecution is in this type of scenario is very specific, that the government has to prove that there was a killing. And without a forensic pathologist to get on the stand and say there was an intent.
All they have to do is read the death certificate. Where is Nancy Grace? And that's why, we play. I mean, if Nancy Grace and the doctor was saying back in December that Shanquella had an internal decapitation and they were accepting the death certificate, how are they expecting us to believe now that, that's why I'm saying this is fake, y'all. This here is fake.
Intentional homicide, and this is the cause of death. The United States Attorney's Office's hands are tied. They really don't have a case to bring because they cannot prove the elements of a murder in federal court.
And look at that. I gotta keep, I should make it slow. Let's see here. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Let's see. Which way goes slow? Here we go. All right. Let's see.
Some helpful context to all of this.
Let me make it fast. Let me stop messing. Let me put it back on normal for I didn't mess up. One day I'm gonna be gifted with this, all the special effects, y'all, and I'm gonna be providing, more special effects to come. Right, y'all. I'm new to this whole thing, but yeah, I agree with you. Did look a little mess out there. Diane said, you are correct. What is not clear yet? That part. What's up now? Got the people in here giving up love. TS says that prosecutor needs to be investigated. What is she on? Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad y'all, feeling that y'all able to see this stuff too, right? What prosecutor is being like, hey, look, there's no hope. It doesn't even sound like a prosecutor. Like, if nothing else, even though they may know that it's hopeless, I haven't heard them to tell the family to give up, even on cold cases and stuff like that. When? That's why they have a cold case. They don't give up. What kind of it's extinguished totally. There's nothing. TS station need to be investigated. I heard that. Notice how they didn't give a name too. They didn't give a name. Now it says, OMG, thank you, lady. We're going to double check everything, including your post. Yes, always. Linda's best is laughing. All right, Sean says, looked all through the autopsy, could not find a word on livor mortis. Livor mortis tells whole story to the body after death. Livor mortis? Livor? Are you trying to say rigor mortis? I don't know what's going on there. TS says this is an open and closed case. Lock Cabo 6 under the prison and investigate others that decide no case in their opinion. We have an opinion about your lies. Exactly. Like I said, they talking about opinions, y'all. That's how they was wording it, to be careful about it, because they already knowing it's a lie. They already knowing they telling us a lie, straight up lie. Let's see, what is this here? I got some. Let's see. Shanquella dad. The prosecutors test. All right. So let's see. I'm getting another little quickie one because it's getting late. We're doing a little short stop here. Let me see. Copy, and I'll drop this here link in case somebody want to say something. So I'll be forgetting. TS, I already said that. Sean said, yep, mess. Y'all right though. She do look a little a little touch there. Taliba said, all love. Yeah, we doing this stuff in love here. TS says, Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. need to investigate all these called legal liars. Yeah, so I want to make an agenda for myself too when I go out to Washington. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. Like I said, yeah. Maybe there's a place out there that I can go up to and hand bring, something, do something. I'm going out there, y'all. I already got the ticket and I'm ready. I'm ready to go to whatever the thing is out in Washington. I'm bringing my walking shoes and I'm marching. Yes, Miss, I'm marching. I'm marching, baby. And anybody else who can come out to support Shanquella's family, May 19th, Washington, D.C. Now says they ought to be ashamed, but they're not. It's sad, but it's true. Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, my thing is this: when in the beginning, when we was first busting them out on the lies, they should have just been like, yeah, okay, well, come on, let's bring these 6 in. And we would have just let it go. We would, people would have been happy. We'd have felt like got some justice. We'd have moved on with life. But how can we move on when it's so blatant and obvious right there? And then y'all just been kind of stroking us along the whole time. And then come out with these outrageous, outlandish, just ridiculous lies, unbelievable lies, right? Not only do the autopsies sound like dry bologna sandwiches, but it's not even believable that they were actually administered. Mexico got them doing the autopsy on the weekend, on the not only a weekend but a holiday, one of their major holiday weekends, on a Sunday morning, on a body that just got there. I don't believe they do autopsy on their own people that fast. And then over here, the FBI has said that they would look into it. So how, if they just looking into it, are they going for it right on to an autopsy? That's not cheap. And if they were just looking off into it, how are they doing the autopsy back in November the 17th, when they had just said the day before that they would look into it? Right? And then two, why did it take them 5 months to say that it was undetermined? They could have said that 5 months ago. But they're hoping that nobody's going to be talking about this anymore. You know, this is a new time where we have social media, which is going to be very pivotal in us seeking and demanding justice for Shanquella. Linda said, so I think I put the link in the chat. I don't remember if I did. Oh, yeah, I did. All right, let me see. Let me go over here and pin it before I get too distracted here. Pin. All right, so, and that's for anybody want to say something. All right, so see, Linda says, so there will be no extradition either. I doubt it. I told y'all that in the beginning. I did not think that Mexico was going to do anything, because if they, first they were the ones that let them go. They had already, they had already let them go and said, the police anyway, that they didn't see any foul play, none of that stuff. Mexico been lying from the very beginning. And it must be something serious, because they had, wasn't that their governor, saying some stuff too? So this is a super something major, right? It's something major. This here is major business, y'all. Major business. Diane said, don't like this one. Nope. Yeah, I feel you on that one. OMG. Yes. I got that one too. T.S. says she smiled because she thought the lie was acceptable. Yes, which most narcissists do, like I was saying earlier or another video, that these narcissists, when they telling a lie, they're really believing that they can lie their way out of a paper bag for real, and that that it's easy to get people to believe their delusional thinking. So you're feeling good. Yeah, I got these fools eating out the palm of my hand. They ain't getting no justice. Give up. There's no hope. If they can get someone to opine, no justice. Hopeless. I heard that, Linda. Yes, I feel that's an emoji. I hope that's showing through up here. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Thank you. Yes, please give some thumbs ups up in here. Thank you, Ty Lieber. Ty Lieber. Let's see. Ty Lieber. Yeah, you got your. All right, let's see here. Niles says, and then what do they mean by you all? Who is this you all they're talking about? Yeah, they're talking about us. Yes, they're talking about us. Talib said, I'm praying for justice. Yes. And that's why I'm saying, y'all, we doing a lot here by not only marching and showing our presence there in Washington, D.C., but we voting. We're voting because we know that when they sent that letter to President Biden, we know how the Biden administration is covering up this kind of stuff. They don't really give two shakes of a rat's tail about, injustice to women, right? They're not caring about women's stuff. They are supporting others. Niall says, and that whining, that nasal whining, was the voice driving you crazy? I don't like nothing about you. All right. Let's see here. TS says, DJ goes by many names. However, I just posted her correct spelling. Let's see. Everybody laughing, y'all laughing. Let's see. Now it says, here it is in a nutshell. Poppycock and twaddle cloak and dagger, excuse me. Hug mother and skullduggery. Lies and what's that? Mendacity, shenanigans, and we ain't buying it. I love it. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Ty Libra said, keep smashing that like button. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, share the video and all this stuff to y'all, because, you know, of course, they keep trying to turn down the energy on us speaking out on it, especially those of us who are speaking and sharing the truth, right? They really don't want this truth out. They want, us to just, give up and stop talking about it, and, or get distracted, right? Get distracted and start, speculating on the lies, right? Which is silly. TS says, demons covering demons, in my opinion. And see, Diane said, we gonna keep it hot for Shanquella. Bernarda Robinson, winter against the sun will melt the frost, and cold business they are. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. And the reason why we are saying over here that we keeping it hot for Shanquella, because those were some of Shanquella's last words from, the videos that we have, our last memories of Shanquella, when she said she gonna keep it hot. So that's what we doing in Shanquella's name, keeping it hot. We keeping it hot for Shanquella to make sure this thing don't die down. We keeping it hot because we getting justice. We are getting justice. Yes, see here now it says, and the unbelievable flap of audacity to tell us what we saw and what we did not see. Thank you. That's why I was just like, I know, and that's why they really wanted us to shy away from seeing the video and all that stuff, right? So when they present this thing about, we didn't see a broke neck, people have shied away from watching it, and, it's not out there anymore. And so then all of a sudden people start going, oh yeah, she was SA'd and all these other different things that's, what difference does it make when we are focused on the cause of death? The cause of death. Yeah. Yep. Diane says, we are witnessing money and politics at work. They sloppy and shall fall. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right about that. That's what I'm saying. Then somebody else was saying that the villa actually is owned by Americans, and of course there's some palm greasing and handshaking and all that kind of stuff going on over there. However, I have noticed in the recent history here that, they have been hurting people with this whole go woke, go broke culture, right? We saw that, when people started boycotting, Budweiser, because they had that transgender up there. People boycotting. They had another transgender modeling women's lingerie. People are getting upset, and these folks are voters, and they are boycotting. And these things are working because Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch is losing billions, right? I don't know if some of y'all heard of it, but anyway, all that to say is that, money and politics. Definitely. That's why I'm saying, y'all, we got to show strength by coming together and lifting our voices and voting and doing more than just, talking about stuff. And Anio says, not 1 ounce. What are we dealing with here? Yeah. That video is enough, liar. I feel you. Even like how, even on this channel here, like our last parts of talking about it, we weren't even showing the video anymore. John Q came and broke it down with just still shot frames. And it still was so visual, so impactful that, the first few times it was hard to just even watch that without bursting into tears. And with, from the, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see how, unless you did not see any, and it's all over the internet. And some people, like that one just in, when they were making the videos, it was horrible. They put the attack scene in there each time, and throughout one video that was only like 6 or 7 minutes, they would play it repetitively all the time. So we see this. What are y'all talking about? None of evidence. All right, so there's the link right there if anybody wanted to come up and say something. Otherwise, we're going to be coming in for a landing soon too. I'm just trying to get back to in the beginning when I was touching the channel on a daily basis, right? A lot of change now. However, I'm still wanting to keep. I saw that. I saw that glitch, whatever just happened there. Keep this out there and stuff like that. So, like I said, keeping it high for Shanquella. Sean says livor mortis, where the blood settles from gravity after circulation stops. But who cares about why do we care about that? Like, what is that supposed to prove? All we need to do is have the cause of death, which we do on the death certificate. And the rest of the stuff is just, like I said, little distractions and stuff. Like, maybe this is interesting, interesting news or something to know about, but I don't know why, I don't know what purpose it would serve or what value it would bring to the fact that the death certificate says severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Niall says, carry on, my sister. Science and mathematics, you are teaching. Thank you. I appreciate that. And see here, Niall says, completely sounds like she's shutting it down right there. Thank you. You know the expression case closed? Yes. Not on our watch. Exactly. That's right. Yeah, y'all ain't closing no case up here because Yep. Back in the day, they say, hell no, we won't go. But we were gonna be peaceful, of course. And like I said, we keeping it high. We keeping it high, and we not ashamed. Like I said, no moments of silence. We speaking. Natasha says, hi, Natural Beauty. I'm still here. Was on the train. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yes, thank you. And like I said, this just showing the people, the algorithm, the people that we ain't giving up. We ain't going nowhere. We're still coming together. And like I said, that's why we still here. And y'all, when y'all encourage me and all these kind of things, it just really motivates me to keep going and stuff. Like, cause my lower self was really been ready to get out of this game. I was like, oh my goodness, especially in the beginning. This was, it was very heavy. It was very heavy. It was very emotional. It was draining. Didn't want to deal with it and stuff like that. But a lot of times, the thing, like I said, is bigger than all this stuff. It'd be bigger than you. So, Sometimes that voice that you have might be bigger than you might want to do, but it's definitely a call. And see, Niall says the I give that one away. Yeah, windows of the soul. Yeah, y'all saw that eye twitching. She's wink wink. She couldn't help it. Right, NB, their autopsy is fake. Natural beauty. I love it. I remember back in the day, I used to struggle with those initials, but I'm getting much better. I'm feeling much better now. Niall says that constant looking up and over appears to be recalling a script. Thank you. And then you can see when she gets excited about knowing where her lines are going to be, straightens up. Even I saw, Sue Ann to get that kind of way too. I was a little suspicious of that. But again, I know that they, do have a statement, but I don't know. It just seems like she was given something and commissioned to deliver this news to the family and get them to believe it, right? Yeah. You think it's funny? You think it's funny? Spot on, natural beauty. Thank you, Sean. And see, Natasha said, love your background tonight, natural beauty, American flag. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know when it was when we decided to get political, maybe a week or two ago. Because like I said, I never saw myself being political. Politics and religion was one thing that I always discouraged. Like say, yeah, I don't talk about politics and religion. However, we see now that high-level diplomatic intervention or just voting voices, and Shanquella was an American citizen, and we need to own that we are American citizens, and there's power in that. A lot of us, especially if you're not voting, you are silent. So I'm proud to be an American. I'm taking advantage of it. I'm not going to be over here in this country and talking about how I'm being misused or whatever the thing is, the narrative. Like Miana said, today's acts of faith was right on top, right? It's our own thoughts. So if you think that you are being oppressed and all these things, you're just going to be drawing more of that to you. So the thing is, we're going to be doing positive thinking, positive affirmations about freedom and justice. And then that's what we're going to draw to ourselves. So that's why I got this flag up here, because the last few lives and videos, promoting voting and promoting, promoting being proud to be an American. All right, so TS says it hit different when their loved one is taken out. Justice for Shanquella Robinson now. Yes. All right, and some people giving thumbs up to Ty Libra. You see, Niall says, TS, that's truth for sure. They cover each other's demons. Yes. And they be the main ones coming over into folks' chats and stuff, throwing out more negativity and more lies and stuff like that to keep folks distracted. If they workers of Satan. See, Sean says, Liver Mortis would show how long she was in the seated position. I hear you, Sean. I'm just saying that 15 minutes after receiving the severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, Shanquella was gone. So, I want them to, that's the first move right there. Go, they have to, they have no move for that. That here, checkmate, boom. 15 minutes after that, right? So, proving how long she was in the seated position. I don't know. I just feels like that would just be, that's just something to get keep us distracted. Or we going back and forth with that, when the fact is that there's a videotape of Shanquella receiving severe spinal cord injury, trauma, and the atlas luxation. And knowing that 15 minutes after that, time's up. TS says, you're doing an exceptional job. Keep getting the justice the Robinson family deserves. Yes, thank you so much. I shall appreciate the encouragement. Sean says, Dr. Ding Dong says she got up and went to her bedroom after the attack. Oh, yeah? Was Dr. Ding Dong there? Look, they got so many stories. And so let me see if I got a little quick video to to show the first story. When they said, I'm going to do that at another time. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put together so we can go back and we can play the clips where when the mother and the sister did that one radio interview when the sister was like, that they called around 5 and it wasn't 30 minutes later that they called back and said that time was up. And the times don't all fit together, right? They had first reported that the doctor people or the medical personnel got there at 2. Then it was a doctor. Then Nazir said it was a nurse. Like they have so many stories and stuff that all we still have to do is hold up the paper for the death certificate, right? Dispute this. Severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, 15-minute life expectancy, right? That's our answer to everything that they put out there. That's the correct answer because there's nothing to dispute that. Niall says the character on the video, something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Is that a real person? Appears to be plastic with them rolling Chucky eyes. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Let's see. Did I still got it? No. Yeah. But that's how those narcissists be looking too, because they, always wearing a mask. Fake people. Sue Ann is questionable. Okay, thank you. I'm glad somebody else said that because. All right, so now I gotta go back and play the video one more time. Yeah. Because it was almost like she was happy that there was, and now they're not going to get the thing for she put the hands on the hip, had that little Wonder Woman stance, like haha, we got it now. We have subdued the crowd. We told them that no justice will be delivered here. We're disappointed, but we're not deterred. She kind of stumbled over her lines too. I just had the video. God damn it. Is this it here? Wait a minute. I know it was. Yeah, here. This is it. All right. One more again. All right. Okay. I do the whole thing again. Yeah. So we're going to pay close attention to Miss Sue Ann. So this 4 minutes, and then I'm going to let y'all go.
Decision. Yesterday, we brought you breaking news in the Shanquella Robinson case. Her family's attorney confirmed U.S. prosecutors will not pursue criminal charges in connection to her death after she died while on vacation in Cabo, Mexico last October. This comes despite video showing Robinson involved in an assault. The investigation left conflicting autopsies from Mexico and U.S. officials. WBTV reached out to the Mexican government.
He did say conflicting autopsies, right? And then we had already understand that autopsy and death certificate, 2 different things, and that the death certificate is the only official document.
Today about the U.S. declining to file charges. Mexico offered no comment. This latest turn in the saga left her family disappointed. And now we're left wondering what's next. Today, our Lowell Rose spoke with a former federal prosecutor talking about what got us to this point and if it's possible for the case to go much further. Here's part of their conversation.
All right, so they never identified who this person is, right? So she really could be a puppet here, former prosecutor, because she sure don't sound like a prosecutor at all. At all. Even from my, extensive experience watching the ID Network, where I watched plenty of those court shows and murder mystery shows, I've watched a lot. The prosecutor never sound like that. They always, even, the cold case files and all this stuff, they always gave hope. And if it was something difficult, they say, oh, it'll be a challenge. It'll be difficult to prove, but we're not giving up. They always say that. This lady is like, pack it up and go home.
The FBI has released their statement indicating that they don't plan on filing any charges.
All right. Let me pull it back real. I forget. I think she's coming this quick. Here we go. All right, look at her face and body language.
The FBI has released their statement indicating that they don't plan on filing any.
You see that? First, she was kind of slumped down a little bit. Then all of a sudden, kind of had a little smile on the face. Boom. Standing upright, hands on the hip. When she's delivering this message that they not getting no justice. Look at the excitement. She look excited.
Any charges after investigating Shanquella's case. So
she had to quickly say that before the laughter came out.
We're here today. We're disappointed, but we're not deterred.
We're disappointed, but we're not deterred. That was the script part here. She kind of went off here, got back on task there, and we're disappointed, not deterred. A little bit here. One more again.
Closed case. So we're here today. We're disappointed, but we're not deterred.
Ms. King's press release from the United States Attorney's Office, I think, spoke pretty clearly that they just don't have sufficient evidence to bring federal charges. And when you look at the medical examiner's report, which you all have put on your website.
Did you see her eye twitch?
And when you look at the medical examiner's report, which you all.
Boom. Right? Now she's reinforcing, telling us what we saw. Right? This here is mental manipulation.
All have put on your website, WBTV's website.
Who is WBTV? Who the hell is WBTV that they only have 9,200 subscribers? Who the hell is WBTV that only 1,800 people watch this? Who the hell is WBTV?
Right, in full. Dr. Owen's narrative sets forth.
Dr. Owen's narrative. Dr. Owen's narrative.
Clearly, that he cannot attribute a cause of death. He cannot opine as to why Ms. Robinson died. If a prosecutor, whether it's in state court in a murder case or in federal court in a murder case, doesn't have an expert, does not have a forensic pathologist who can get on the stand.
My eyes staying closed for a pretty good little minute there, huh? Yeah, close the eyes. They're not here. Let me pull back just a little bit. I'm gonna let y'all go in a minute. All right. I'm about to get the
forensic pathologist who can get on the stand and opine as to the cause and manner of death. You can't prove a murder case.
You cannot.
Based upon Dr. Owen's opinions or lack of opinions as to
opinions, not his diagnosis, right? Because he know or they know they can't say that that doctor didn't disputed that death certificate, right?
Ms. Robinson's cause of death and how she died, there is an essential element that the government simply cannot meet to bring a murder charge. And it's unfortunate, but I see where the U.S. Attorney's Office is coming from once I read that medical examiner's report. In my opinion, I think the chances for a federal prosecution are over.
Do y'all see how she's scolding us too? It's over. Look at her face. Better stop making these YouTube videos. You need to stop demanding justice for Shanquella.
I believe Ms. King's office spoke to it. Obviously, this case, as any case that involves the murder of an
there she is, went on and said it. And they got to probably put the truth in there, but mix up the lies, right? So people kind of leave away feeling, you know, a little bit like not really certain.
American citizen by another American citizen in a foreign country, that is going to be escalated to the highest levels at the Department of Justice. So I think the chances for a federal prosecution, absent new evidence coming to light, I think the hopes for a federal criminal prosecution are completely extinguished.
Completely. Not challenging or difficult. Completely distinguished. Completely.
There's not going to be any state jurisdiction because it did happen in Mexico.
Don't look to the state. It's not going to be any state intervention in this either, because it didn't happen here.
Mexico. So I'm sure at this point, Ms. Robinson's family and her lawyers are probably assessing whether or not a civil case could be viable against the people that they believe to be responsible for Ms. Robinson's death. And I am confident that it's very frustrating for Ms. Robinson's loved ones to have video of her being assaulted, and it seems like no one's being held accountable. But the statute that allows for federal prosecution is in this type of scenario is very specific, that the government has to prove that there was a killing. And without a forensic pathologist to get on the stand and say,
look at she's getting the smile is ready and stuff there already. Now she already said murder. Now prove a killing, right?
There was an intentional homicide and this is the cause of death. The United States Attorney's Office's hands are tied. They really don't have a case to bring because they cannot prove.
That's a lie. And they want us to believe this so we don't continue to demand justice. So if they can keep us quiet down here on this level, right? With not too many people knowing or hearing about it.
The elements of a murder in federal court.
And big smile. And big smile. And action. All right. All right. See, now it says we're not worried about the special effects sisters. You're working your weave. We get the message. Dun, 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 dun. Autopsies don't take into account what the victim does before death. Fake autopsy. Exactly. Like they had a whole big book on what went down, what the people were saying, you know, the dinner that was, it was, yeah. These were, to me, all clues that this was fake. All clues it was fake. All right, so I scoop down there. Let's see. Good night, Lena. All right. Death certificate can't lie. Thank you. That's why I say go back to the beginning when the news said they, okay, okay, we're going on 2 hours. Because I can just keep going on and on and on. All right. anyway, we'll go back to it. But just, I think the video from yesterday, I played the clip where in the beginning, the news said that they obtained, right, the death certificate. Remember, the official is the only one that's official. And the death certificate listed, all right, we got some here from Linda. Severe spinal cord injury and ankle luxation. Could you please? All right. Okay, I got you there, Linda. Thank you. You see, you're right about that. Death certificate is, like I said before, it doesn't have a dog in the fight. The autopsies could be biased towards what they wanted to say, just like we saw Mexico's was biased, and this FBI one too. But we ain't got to worry about that because it's two different things. They're two different. And the only one that's official is the death certificate. So FBI can keep their little lies, and Mexico can keep their little lies. We got the autopsy, and we got the video showing how the injuries were inflicted. Natasha said, yes, we have to stay focused on justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yep, and that's why we go back to the facts. Science and math, baby. Sean said okay, I already did that one. And see, Natasha said, right, the truth will always stand out, RN. Yes, that's what y'all know. I believe that. TS, a reporter called it a saga. Yeah, because that's what they was planning on doing until we started to, we was already woke up on the thing like, hey, wait a minute. How you saying this happened when y'all had said this already? Like, this don't add up. But they still trying to play. As Sean said, you are right, Natural Beauty. She sounds more for the defense. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Right? Because the prosecutor would be like, it's going to be it's going to be tough. This is going to be tough, but we're going to keep. I've never heard the prosecutor just be like, look, there's no hope. Oh, no, it's been severed. It's absolutely, so absolute. Like, that doesn't sound, no. You're absolutely right. See, Niall says, yeah, that voice worked on my nerves big time. Yes, I understand. And see, TS says, Miss King, one person made this decision not to bring charges. Is she related to Cabo 6 member or members? Washington DOJ need to investigate all of this. Yes, TS, yes. That's right. Look at that. This is deep there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we putting this together. We are putting this together. Sean said family needs to hire Dr. Michael Baden. Who is that? Natasha said all these fake news is meant to distract us. We will stay the course. Yes, we will. Because we got the videos. We, like I said, in November 23rd, all the way up until like February, and the middle part of February, I was pretty much coming daily. I know for sure for all of December, all of January, I was live in it daily, right? So there's a lot of content out there, and pretty much been saying the same thing and just disputing and pointing out the lies whenever they've come up. What's up, Tamika? Tamika said, that's a lot of hogwash. That lady is so mechanical. Thank you. I hope that's a real human, not AI technology, because she definitely has no compassion. Yeah. Yep. Feel you. Niall says, shout out to John Q's fabulous. Thank you so much. Yes, exactly. And to, John Q, it's come up 3 or 4 times, up here. And each time was better than the last time. And actually, we didn't even show the whole video. He didn't even show the whole video. He just commentated on clips. And, everything was wonderful, worked out perfect. That was it. That's the case right there. Look at this. You can't tell me that you can look at this and say that you don't see the injuries. Yeah. Let's see, Tamika. I mean, Niall said, Tamika, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Yes. All right. We got some thumbs up. And see, the family really need to do that third autopsy. The family need to hold on to the death certificate because that's the only official document. The autopsies are fluff and just, ways to distract. The autopsies aren't, those could be biased. The death certificate is the only one that's the official document that's issued, right? It's like a driver's license, a birth certificate, a passport. These things are official documents and they are issued, meaning that they're going through some chains, right? So the family received an issued document, an official document, this death certificate, and they may or may not know the difference between a death certificate and an autopsy report, because that's how they've been getting us, dizzy with these facts here, is because most of us is getting distracted with saying, oh, well, the FBI's autopsy says something different from Mexico, but it doesn't matter because the death certificate is right there, right? The truth is sitting right there with lies all around it. So I'm saying, don't worry about those lies. Focus on the truth. The truth is that the death certificate, the only official issued document, states the cause of death being severe spinal cord injury, atlas luxation, with a life expectancy of 15 minutes after receiving this injury. Case closed. All right. And see, Dr. Badin has proven FBI autopsies false more than once. Okay. All right. I'm going to look off up in here too. Maybe on the next time I come back here, we could, watch some material if there's any available on this here, Dr. Badin. Thank you so much. And on that note, I'm going to bid y'all good night or good morning, actually. And yeah, got some more here. All right. Let's see. TS says facts. And let's see, facts. I'm out. And thank you and good night. Thank you so much too. And we is out of here. Natasha says, right, I remember that, but there's still no proof they actually arrested her, those justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yeah, well, we had show that video where the lady broke down how that was fake, right? So yeah, ain't nobody been arrested. They telling us on that truth now. Love y'all, and I'm see y'all tomorrow. And y'all come to those too when I do the clips and all that good stuff. Let the algorithm know that we keeping it hot for Shanquella. Like and subscribe and share the video. Peace and love, y'all. You're welcome. I see you down there. Slide that one in there too before we go. So we leave it out here with Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. You are welcome. I would say that. Peace and love.